Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. This is Real Talk with Coach Sherri. I just wanted to take a quick moment to share with you some of my thoughts on things that have been going on in the YouTube community over the weekend. Things that, I've learned a long time ago of what not to do. So the topic of this discussion is don't let everyone into your home. I was thinking about it yesterday, and really letting just any and everyone into your home just because they like you, they, subscribe to you, or they say nice things to you is very similar to having unprotected sex. You don't really know that person or you don't know who that person knows. And so, they can come over, have a great time, but you don't really know what the outcome is going to be from that encounter. And so with what happened over the weekend, that is a prime example. Someone opened their home to one of their subscribers who also does what they do on YouTube, and they seemed like they were kindred spirits. They had a lot in common. And it seemed like they were having a great time. I mean, I saw that video. That's how I was introduced to that particular guest. And that guest even went on later and made a YouTube video explaining how great it was to be at that person's house. And then months later to only go back to YouTube and say how horrible it really was, how bad she felt. It was really, really bad. It could have been terrible for the hostess's brand. But luckily her and her family intervened. But it really made me think about when my husband first got drafted into the NFL, his parents encouraged him not to allow just any and everybody to come over. There's so many people that are look-seers that just want to come and see what you have, maybe come and destroy what you have, maybe come to get hurt. I mean, you just don't know what their motives are all the time. And maybe it's not them, but it's people that they know. And, they go back and brag about being at your home and or not brag, but just talking about it. And the people that they're talking about may not always have great intentions. And, they determine like, you know what? I want to go to that person's house with or without their permission, and things can, really escalate from there. So that's just like having unprotected sex. You don't know who they had sex with, so you don't know what they're bringing to you. So when you invite just random people to your home, you don't know what they're bringing with them. That's a rule that once we got married, which was 24 years ago, we kept, and I was really the gatekeeper for that. One time my brother wanted to come and visit, and he was driving from New Jersey to North Carolina, which is about a 11-hour drive. And he was about an hour away, and he called and said, Cher, I am about an hour away, and I have my friend Andre, he's following me. Oh, I didn't mean to say his name, but I have my friend with me, and he's on his way to Myrtle Beach, but he wanted to know if he can come and just crash at your house for a little while just to rest. And I thought about it. I was like, first of all, where you're at, it's better for him to turn and go to Myrtle Beach from there, because he's actually like 2 hours away. If he comes to my house, he'll be 4 hours away because I'm not near the beach like that. And I didn't expect him. My husband didn't expect him. We are expecting you. So you are welcome to come, but unfortunately he won't be able to come. My brother did not understand that. He was very upset, but I guess he thought about it and was like, do I go 10 hours, turn around and go 10 hours back home, or do I just continue on for the next hour? He continued on and came to our home, and I could tell he was a little salty when he, greeted me when I greeted him at the door. But that wasn't my problem. Those are our boundaries. People can't just pop up. They can't just come by. They can't just drop in. That's not how it goes, because, you have a lot that you can lose. I mean, on so many levels. And there's another situation, just even sharing too much of what you have. I had a hairdresser that I used to frequent back in the day. And you know how you sit in the hairdresser's chair and you chit chat and you just kind of, talk about things, your vacation, your kids, whatever. Well, this one client of my hairdresser, my former hairdresser, was sitting in a chair, and I guess she was bragging about the things they have in their home or whatever. And so, my hairdresser goes home and does pillow talk with her husband, and her husband actually had served time, but he was out and, gainfully employed, doing very well. They had 2 young children. So she's pillow talking him, telling him about her clients. I mean, it's like telling your spouse about your day. I mean, who doesn't do that? And I guess he became a little curious about this one particular client. So he started to share it with his friends. You don't know who you're sleeping with, unprotected sex. You talking or letting people in, but you don't know who they know. So he starts telling his friends about it, and I guess his friends were still living that life. So they conjured up this plan to go and rob the house. They went in the middle of the night, and the couple was asleep. They woke up, and the husband, I guess, tried to fight them off, but what ended up happening is they killed the husband, and they went on the run. They caught all the guys except my former hairdresser's husband. So they were trying to find him for days. I mean, a long time. And they eventually, actually, what they did was they locked up my former hairdresser, and they said, she was like an accessory of the crime, and because she gave them information. And I think also they did that to try to, pull him out of the bushes, pull him out the weeds, and, say, look, we got your wife. If you don't want your wife to be in jail away from your kids, then you need to turn yourself in. And eventually that's what he did, and she got out. But, that's another thing. It's like, don't just let anybody in your house. Don't just tell everybody all your business, your next move, what you got, what you buy, showing them your house, all the rooms, everything that's in the room. That's not for everybody's eyes. Your blessings are your blessings. And I know that you are very grateful and thankful and want to share it with others and let them know, like, I'm not conceited. I'm not whatever. It's not about that. It's about protecting you and yours, and, protecting what God has blessed you with and being safe with it. I just really want people to be more mindful of the people that they have come to their home. If you do things where, you might collab with people, you might, do workshops, seminars, or whatever, rent our Airbnb or a hotel room or, some office space or something like that, and set it up as your studio. That's a tax write-off at the end of the day. So do something like that. Don't always open your doors to your home and just think that everyone is so welcome. That's your sacred place. That's your house. That's your home. That's where you and your family love, find joy, peace, and you will prosper enough to obtain it. So protect it by all means. I hope this falls on some ears that needed to hear it. I mean no harm by it. It's not about, oh, well, you didn't invite me to your house. I wonder if that's why. No, that's not why. This is just something that I've been doing and living for almost 25 years now. So, and it's something that's been very helpful to me and my family. And I just wanted to share this nugget with you. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel to look out and to stay tuned for more Real Talk with Coach Sherri. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time, stay safe.